Hi, Kelly from Rockin' Meadow here. Thank you for taking this quick pause with me today. I wanted to introduce a little bit of a concept that we talk about in our Foundations program. And one of the sections is called Clarifying Vision, and that is where we are trying to understand kind of what God has for us and what we are discovering about what we are supposed to be doing. And one of the pieces of that is writing down the vision. And we kind of go into this it creates this deeper cognitive practice of writing things down, writing down your goals, writing down the things you want to achieve. People are 42% more likely to achieve their goals if they write them down. And that comes from a study from Dr. Gail Matthews at Dominican University. But what we do at Rockin' Meadow is we take these studies and we take these neuroscience ideologies and we combine them with what the Bible says. And so if you've been in church or if you've been in the church world for very long, you've heard this verse of write it down and make it plain. That comes from Habakkuk 2:2. And I just wanted to dive in a little bit on that more today because I think sometimes we hear that and we just pull, write it down, make it plain, and then what? Why are we writing this down and why does it matter? And so in this time, Habakkuk, if you go back to Habakkuk 1, there is so much violence in the world and there is just injustice all around and evil just feels so prominent and heavy. And Habakkuk is looking at the Lord like, what is going on? Why are you not stopping this? Why are you not fixing this? Do you even see what's happening? He's asking all these hard questions. This sounds very familiar to me. You know, we are living in a world right now that has a ton of all of these things, just injustice and hard things. And some of us are going to be tempted right now to say, Lord, are you not seeing this? What are you doing? Why are you not working? And what the promise in these verses is that God is working. It's just not on Habakkuk's timeline. But if you will go and read Habakkuk 2:2-4, this is kind of a summary of that. It's write down your vision, the revelation that God's given you. Make it plain. If it seems slow, wait for it. The Bible says that the righteous shall live by faith. And so when life is feeling a little bit lifey, as it does, go back, because you're going to write down the thing that God showed you, the thing that God promised to you, so that we aren't rebuilding on our feelings and what seems to be happening around us, but we are standing on truth that He has shown us and that we wrote down so that we could go back and review it. We, as humanity, we hate waiting. Everything feels fast for us, and that has spoiled us a little bit because we want answers. And we want relief. We want justice. What we don't always know is the whole story. And we can't always see God moving when we want to see Him moving quickly. But we have to know that His timing, and we've all heard this, and it's almost cliche, but His timing is right. And so if we can be patient and if we can continue to go back to the last thing we heard Him say, it's going to be right. Sometimes faith literally means saying, I don't get this, I don't understand this, but I trust you anyway. We don't have to have all the answers in the immediate moment to know that God is moving. And so, Rockin' Meadow family, our encouragement to you today is ask God for revelation, ask Him for vision. Ask Him for the thing that you can write down. Lord, what is the word for my life right now? And then write it down. And when life gets all lifey and messy and mixed up, you can go back to a space where you know He said, this is who you are. This is what I've created for you to do. And this is where you can stand on truth when feelings aren't really lining up with what I said about you and about this situation. And so our encouragement is also to trust. Just trust. He's doing more than you can see. He knows the whole story, and He's not going to let you fall. He's not going to let you down. And you're not behind if He's not on your timeline. Everything's okay. So go read Habakkuk. Go get some context, and then ask God for a vision and write it down. Thanks for pausing with us for a few minutes today. We'll see you next time.